Bert, I'm suffering this week.
Suffering?
I'm in withdrawals. I'm in serious withdrawals.
Is it suffering succotash?
It is suffering all the succotash.
Yeah? What you got going on?
I'm on day 2 of completely giving up caffeine, if you can imagine that, with how I slam down the rock stars and actually have a rock star lead above my bed.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Nope, definitely not now. But yeah, I was doing minimum of 2 a day, I'd say, for a number of years. Nickelback? Why? Yeah, leave that in. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, I felt like I was at the concert,
embarrassing. Nick. I hate Nickelback, which no one's going to believe because it just started playing on my phone. I'm going to have to play this back later to find out what I said that got that thing. I'm not going to say its name to activate. But
wow.
But anyway,
she wanted you to hear some Nickelback, Nick.
She's trying to keep me awake where the caffeine would normally do it. So yeah, 2 day of complete detox, no coffee, no tea, no pop, no rock stars, my beloved rock stars. And I've been suffering, dude. I've been suffering.
Well, that's because you went crazy. I mean, if you give up all the good stuff, Nick.
I know. I've just got this big thing of water here, which somehow doesn't work as well.
Next thing you're going to tell me is we got to stop doing things like drugs.
Hell no. Hell no. I went into work this morning, and it's cold here in Canada right now. It's cold. I bet. Sweating for the first hour, and then all of a sudden I was freezing, and I couldn't help but think of one of my old favorite movies, Train Spotting, where Ewan McGregor comes down off heroin. He puts himself in detox.
Yeah.
And he sees a baby crawling across the ceiling and stuff. I'm like, oh, I hope that's not next.
Yeah, I've never messed with any drugs.
No, me neither.
But
like, just to be sure everyone knows.
But I did for a little while, did a little HGH when I was doing a little lift. I was trying to get on, flex my pecs. I was trying to do all that. I was like Zach Baggins. The ghost house is over there, folks. But when I was working on that, I did a little bit of HGH, and I tell you what, that stuff gave me the most. I think we talked about last week, the most vivid dreams, but they were all bad. So I don't know how anyone could do that, but that's about the closest I've ever come to like a withdrawal or like a weird thing caused by something else. But
I've done this particular one like twice before, and it's misery every time.
How long does that last?
I don't know why I get back on it. Usually like 2-3 days. So
oh god,
probably like at the end or in the middle. Yesterday I wouldn't have been able to do this at all for sure.
That's crazy. Dude, if I got the day 3, I'd be like, this ain't worth it. Like, I'm going back, boys. Going back.
Well, I thought earlier today, I was like, maybe this isn't a good idea, but I'm stubborn like that. So, for first thing in a health journey, I'm giving up the caffeine and I'm going to try and stay off of it. Unless I go on a ghost hunt, in which case I'm going to slam back a few because I'll have been at airlines for like 18 hours in advance of it. So
yeah, I wonder if this year's going to be as tough as what when this comes out, it'll still be this year, but how tough it was in September.
I doubt it. I don't know what was really going on. I think they just undersold, and September's not a big travel time.
Yeah.
So when we do this time, I think it'll be a little bit better.
Let's hope May is a more travel plan efficient.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, I know they're a business, but give me a break here. I need to get places.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's nuts. I can tell you that this year I'll be super curious the level of difference that we're going to have. And I can't go too deep into it, but we're going to have a few toys we're going to be able to experiment with.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of psyched
Mega
about
cat
that.
balls.
Mega cat balls. Listen, these, but beach ball sized.
That's right. That's right. Ones that fill entire rooms, even.
It's going to be so good. You're going to see Nick and I over there.
Pass out on the ground.
Yeah, you'll have me passed out. Nick will still be over there because he doesn't have caffeine anymore. He's like, Bert, wake up, Bert. Bert.
If I stay awake at the time, I think that'll be good.
I think you'll be
But
fine.
I'll tell you, I was wired that whole trip. The only sleep I had was in the doll room.
And that wasn't even that long, I don't think.
I don't think so. But you know what? It was a good sleep. Sleep with the little demons and stuff that
is pretty
keep
amazing.
me comfortable.
That's pretty amazing that you even. I don't know that I could fall asleep in that room. I just don't think I could.
Well, I took a poll on Instagram earlier. I posted a few rooms and said, which one should I sleep in? And that was the overwhelming choice. So
I bet you anything that room is too scary for even the ghosts. They're probably like, nope.
It must be because it was perfectly fine. Once I got over the fear of the brown recluse that might be in there, which definitely would not have been in there, by the way.
Yeah. Definitely was not
it was
in
pretty
that house.
comfy.
Huh.
No, it was pretty comfy.
Well, I can tell you that this year there's going to be some changes, and it's going to be pretty exciting. You're definitely going to want to tune in, or should I say next year, because we're not in that year yet. But next Halloween is going to be pretty big deal. We're already planning it right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it won't be so down to the wire this time either, which I'm thankful for.
Yes, can we at least divulge that much? Do you think, Nick?
I think so. I think so.
We are going to do 2 nights at the same location this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that
and it
will
won't be
nice.
September,
and it will not be September. It'll be in May.
So we'll have more than a month to deal with our business.
Correct.
And get things going, because it is a lot of work, as we've told you multiple times already.
I tell you what, I'm still reeling from everything that we had to do. I mean, there was just I've
well,
not
you had the
caught
lion's
up.
share of that too, so
I just haven't caught up. Like my podcast right now is a week behind because I can't get caught up. It's like we literally just traveled to Maryland, came back, and then we had Thanksgiving. And now I'm getting ready to fly to North Carolina. And then when we come back, I've got Christmas. On top of that, I've got some side projects that I have to move every time I do this podcast because I'm like, nobody can know my secret.
Oh, this is also your work desk, like your
back here. I added this entire desk.
Oh,
because this isn't attached. I added this specifically for this goal.
Ah, nice.
So now when I come down here, I go to podcast land, or I turn my chair and I am in my inventor. Here, I'll even show you guys what I'm looking like. Tell me this ain't hot, ladies. Look at this. What do you think of that?
You won't find that on OkCupid.
You're not going to find this nowhere, folks, except for right here. Right here.
Keep tuning in. You know this is what you want.
Man, I can see the pores in your face with these things, Nick.
Oh, no. Don't.
Yeah,
those are pretty cool, though.
I can't see nothing without them when I'm looking at little small boards and stuff. How's anyone supposed to see anything? That's nuts.
I think I've said it before. Growing up, everyone wants to be Peter Venkman from the Ghostbusters. But when you become an adult, everyone wants to be Egon.
They really do. They really do. I can tell you this much. I think we're going to take the paranormal world next year in 2026 to a new level.
I think so too. And you know, the paranormal world needs a little bit of science and good faith.
They do.
I want to tell you a little story today, but I have to ask you some questions first.
Yep.
All right. So, you know, it's pretty common that psychics and stuff say that they've worked on many cases. Some people say 400 murder and missing person cases.
Yep.
So you've heard that before. There's lots of people claiming it. Sylvia Brown
Oh, yeah.
was a famous one that used to claim that a lot of the times. So do you know the real reason police call people in on psychics in on these cases?
No clue.
Police in most jurisdictions in Canada and America have a policy that if it doesn't hurt the case, they'll accommodate the wishes of victims' families.
Mm-hmm.
So if a victim's family who's pretty much desperate says, "Can you bring in this psychic to work on the case?" they will.
Oh.
In most cases, unless there's like a massive payout or something like that they have to do. So in all the history of this, which has been going on for decades and decades, how many, roughly, you don't have to give me an exact number, how many roughly cases do you think have been solved using a psychic's information?
I will tell you this much.
Mm-hmm.
I've interviewed a psychic medium.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that dabble into the whole psychic medium sphere.
Right.
I don't understand it. I don't proclaim to understand it. No differently than like I find this ring so fascinating with what's happening with me.
Right.
Every person that I've told about this ring looks at me like I'm a wackadoodle.
Right.
So I'm like, I ain't telling this story no more.
Yeah.
For this podcast, maybe, but like in general, like even family, you know, when I'm talking to family about it, they're like, really? Like, that's kind of.
They're like,
weird.
"Oh, he's a crystal nut now."
Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But if I was to, we're talking in what kind of territory?
We're talking in missing persons and murder investigations where the psychics have worked with the cops officially on the books. And it doesn't have to be that they solved the case, only that they provided information that led to solving the case.
1,000 cases?
How many are you saying? How many have had information that has led to the?
Yeah, like 1,000.
Okay. A little lower.
I was hoping you'd say a little higher.
No, afraid not.
800.
A little lower.
600.
A little lower.
400.
Lower.
200.
Lower.
100.
Lower.
50.
Lower.
25.
Lower.
10.
Lower.
Oh, no way, Nick, you're lying to me. 5.
Lower.
2.
Lower.
1 case.
1 case.
Oh my God.
So there's only ever in the history of United States or Canada been 1 case that was solved with information given by a psychic or some paranormal means. And that 1 case was not only that it gave information, it gave a person's full name, where they lived, and everything directly. No guessing involved. The psychic phenomena solved the case, but only once in all of the history of these partnerships.
Now, do you mean only 1 case gave that much information? Because I have to assume there's way more cases where something within a psychic medium's expertise, it led them down a path that got somebody arrested.
According to statistics that have been gathered by the FBI, no. Any cases where a psychic did have a hit was very coincidental and didn't lead to the arrest, only was discovered after the request,
Well,
after the thing.
I know they found bodies and stuff of people that a psychic
Well,
medium has helped them find.
well, supposedly not. Supposedly they were going to find that anyway, but they got a vague description of near water or near something red or close to home, things that are natural things to find.
Yeah.
Um, but supposedly not anything that actually led to any arrests or anything. Only things that could be vaguely confirmed after the fact. After the fact, there was a very familiar failure by good old Sylvia Brown,
I saw that.
if you recall. Do you
Yeah.
remember that one where
I
they
saw that.
said that the girl was dead in a
Yeah.
body of water, only to be found alive later?
Right. Yeah, I
Right.
think that
Which
was
is kind of the failure you want.
right. Like I would much rather than be wrong about something like that than the alternative.
Right. Exactly. So the success rate isn't good because now, don't get me wrong. I think that there are probably people who have psychic abilities out there,
Yeah.
but I think there are a lot fewer than we might be led to believe. So I'm going to tell you a story about one, and this is, I don't know if you'd even call this psychic. It's listed as a psychic solving a case, but it almost seems more something else paranormal
Well, I
than
just
that. But
coincidentally, before you jump in, I went to Chat GPT and I
yeah.
said, how many cases are on file where a psychic medium involved has solved a case directly?
Right.
And it said the best supporting answer right now is 0.
Right.
Here's why that's an honest answer. Even though there are lots of stories out there, no official body count exists. There are no central database in law enforcement anywhere in the world that tracks cases solved by psychics as a category. So nobody can give a real audit number like 47 cases, 312 cases. What we do have are media stories that claim psychics solve crimes, books and TV shows that dramatize those claims,
Mhm.
academic and law enforcement reviews that check those claims after the fact. What the FBI and official reviews say, several independent reviews and official comments line up with the same point. A summary of the FBI's, which is what you're talking about.
Mhm.
It says, but what about all these stories you see, like 20 mysteries solved by psychics in magazines and online? A
Yeah.
recent book where an FBI agent talks about working with a psychic medium and credits him for helping with a big case. A few important things to keep in mind. These are anecdotal stories and claims, often told years later. The psychic usually worked
Mhm.
alongside normal investigator work, not instead of it. And even the medium John Edwards has said he didn't solve anything. He just gave information
Right.
that the investigator then would interpret. Huh, I didn't know that.
So if the question was changed to be how many times have psychics worked with law enforcement,
Yeah,
it would be tens of thousands.
sure.
How many times it's been successful? Probably only this case, but you might want to reclassify this as not psychic afterwards.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this one. It's pretty interesting. So there was a hospital in Chicago.
Mhm.
And as you know, a lot of people work in a hospital, a lot of different people to make it run, hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people. Well, there was one lady, Teresita Bassa,
What a name.
worked in there, and she was a respiratory therapist.
Yeah.
She was quiet, kept to herself, didn't really cause any drama with anyone at all. People said she was pleasant, very agreeable to get along with, didn't flaunt money or anything like that, didn't get in anyone's way. Just overall good person to be around, would help you, even if it meant staying after her already long shifts. So it was a bit of a surprise when she was found stabbed and then burnt up in her own apartment.
Oh, wow.
So the police were going around interviewing everyone they could, but they really didn't have any leads whatsoever. They didn't even know if or what was taken from the apartment. So there was also another person who worked at that hospital who really didn't know Teresa that well, named Dr. Josepha Chow. And she was a physician. She was horrified to hear about one of her coworkers that she really hadn't met. And, she probably thought, well, I should get to know my coworkers a little bit better after that. But didn't know her, but she'd heard about her and run across her a couple times. And she seemed like a nice enough person. But after a few days, she sort of put it out of her mind, went back to working like normal, didn't think anything of it. And imagine this scene. She goes home one night. They've just had dinner. Her and her husband, Remy Chow, are sitting in the living room, having a little coffee or something, getting ready to watch TV. And all of a sudden, Remy, who English was not his first language, starts speaking to her in English in a woman's voice.
Okay, that's kind of wild.
And Remy gets right to the point. Remy says, he stabbed me and then burnt me on my own mattress. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, it's like, why are you doing this? And she was just trying to get him to stop whatever weird game he was playing, right?
Yep.
So anyway, Remy goes on, and this goes on for quite some time. He's answering questions in this feminine voice and perfect English. And he says, I'm Teresa Bassa, and I was murdered, and my killer is Alan Showery. Full name, first and last name.
Oh, wow.
And he goes on to give a lot of other information. Like, for example, and I have to look this up, he, or Teresa in him, says he stole a pearl cocktail ring, a gold pendant, which was the most important to Teresa because it belonged to her father, a jade pendant, a pair of earrings, gold, unspecified style, and smaller jewelry pieces taken from her bedroom dresser. Now, he listed off, or he/she listed off all these things, but they went into real good detail about some of them, saying, Alan Showery's a ladies' man, and he's been giving my things to his girlfriends. Yeah, there's a few of them. So, Dr. Josephina thinks about it. She's like, well, eventually the husband snaps out of it. And she's like still talking to him as if he was Teresa still. And he's just like, what are you talking about? He don't remember a thing. He's back to speaking in his normal voice and everything. And Josephina's like, okay, if I tell anyone this, they're going to think I'm crazy.
Yeah, I would.
So she doesn't say anything about it till a couple days later. They're sitting in the living room, and Teresa comes back using Remy as a medium. And he's like, you've got to tell someone about Alan Showery. I need that pendant back. At least that was my father's. His girlfriend who he named as Yanka K, who he actually said the full name of that person.
Yeah.
Is wearing that. And they listed a bunch of other women that Alan Showery had been seeing on the side that he'd given each of these pieces to.
Oh my gosh.
So Teresa's getting a little upset because she expected Josephina to go to the cops.
She didn't do nothing.
Josephina says, okay, I'm going to do it this time because this is not an isolated event.
No, she's about to get stabbed again.
Right. I don't want my husband turning into this lady every couple of nights.
Yeah.
So she goes to the police, and the police at first are like, okay, this is not some psychic trying to horn in on the investigation, making up all these things. But due diligence, they said, let's look into this a little bit. And to their surprise, going through the hospital records, Alan Showery, which is not a super common name,
I'd assume
is on the staff of the hospital. And when they look into it further, before they interview him, they find out he lives on a building just maybe one street over from Teresa.
Oh, it's not good.
They go to just talk to Alan Showery because they're still skeptical about this. Yanka K is his main girlfriend that lives in the house with him, opens the door. And what is she wearing? But the exact piece described by Josephina, told to her by her husband / Teresa. So they take note of that. And she brings Alan to the door. And he immediately bursts into tears and confesses right away.
Wow.
He said it was supposed to be a simple robbery. I didn't even think she was home. She put up a fight. I stabbed her. I didn't mean to kill her. But once I did, I tried to hide the evidence by burning her on the mattress. Exactly as Remy Chow had said when he was a medium. All of the jewelry pieces were recovered. Needless to say, Yanka wasn't too impressed that she was given proceed from a murder, and also that there were 4 or 5 other girlfriends that came to light after that.
I'd assume probably not.
But it was an open and shut case. Remy didn't remember his part in any of it. Josephina never had any other cases she was involved in, but that is in Chicago on the police record books as being officially solved by a psychic medium.
Dude, that's crazy.
And it's the only case in all of America or Canada.
Now, why did you say you didn't think that he was truly a psychic medium?
Well, see, this isn't a psychic case as in someone going to the cops, working with them and solving it.
Yeah, it's kind of like
this was almost like a possession, but that still falls under psychic medium, really.
Yeah.
So it's open to debate whether you want to classify this as a almost vengeful spirit / possession.
Yeah.
Or is this someone who's a medium to a spirit?
See, like I hear stories like
what
that.
Would you,
I would just say this is a doggone simulation. Someone's playing Sims. They're like, you know what would be fun today? Let's possess someone with a crime that we know we caused.
Yeah.
That's what that feels like.
Yeah, it does feel like that. Like I could just picture in my mind, I have this whole imaginary scenario where this older professional couple are sitting down having tea by the fireplace. And Remy looks up and he's like, you know what? I'm a lady now. I'm going to tell you some secrets. Just like how shocking that would be to experience something like that.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever want to have that happen. I'm just putting that out there.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you, I think I think Alan Showery seems like, with how quickly he folded when the cops got there, I feel like he was gonna probably eventually turn himself in anyway.
Oh yeah, probably.
But yeah, it worked up real neat because I mean, they had the evidence right in front of them with the girlfriend there with the great big pendant. So,
Yeah, that's wild. I've never heard that
I don't
story
know.
before.
No, no, I'm searching the dark recesses of stories to find things that are weirdly connected with the world and have twists in them. So that's what I want to keep bringing.
Well, you definitely found one there because that's crazy. I don't know. Where do you sit on the whole
Yes.
psychic medium thing, Nick?
I think there's a whole lot of predatory practice there because I
Yeah.
know there's a lot of desperate people out there who want to talk to loved ones who have passed, which, you know what? I don't blame them one bit.
Sure.
I would give anything to be able to do that, right?
Right.
And I think there's people that prey on that and they use cold readings and looking up people's backgrounds and they try to fake it. But I think it can happen. I think there's some people who could do that.
Well, you know the story about Houdini.
Yeah. Did he ever fulfill his promise?
No, he never did.
You know what? Maybe he just got distracted.
For anyone that doesn't know, the story of Houdini is because he had a tough time believing you. He was a very big person that he wanted to disprove a lot of psychic mediums and all that stuff. And long story short, he and his wife had comprised a idea. And what the idea was is that he was going to give her a phrase. And I can't remember for the life of me what that phrase was. It was super simple. And he said that when he died, if someone came to him and said, or came to her and said, hey, I'm able to talk to your husband, she would say, well, what's the phrase that he gave you? And see what he says. And no one was ever able to give that phrase. Plenty of people tried.
Oh, I just did a quick search, and I'll have to test this later with real research, but ChatGPT said it's Rosabelle Believe.
I didn't feel like that was it.
That seems like something that would be really easy to guess.
Yeah. Well, maybe not if you're if you are, trying to fake some stuff.
I do. I think that's what it is.
For a wife.
I think that's what it is, actually.
After death. Yep. It is. Rosabelle Believe.
Yeah. I feel like that would be easy to guess, though.
Derived from a secret 10-word code they used for mind reading acts. Rosabelle was from a song they both loved, and the full phrase was used to verify genuine communication from the afterlife.
I like the quote that it said afterwards when she actually gave the code out to everyone. She said 10 years is long enough to wait for any man.
Isn't that crazy?
He might not have had time. The events that led to his passing was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know about that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is he had been doing that in his acts. He got caught off guard on that one.
Right.
He didn't see it coming.
Exactly. So to anyone who doesn't know, this is you're learning a lot about Houdini tonight, which I wasn't expecting. But Bert gave you one, I'll give you one, and that's that Houdini would often allow people to punch him as hard as they wanted on stage.
We're talking boxers and everything.
Or anything. Yeah, it wouldn't move him an inch. Now, someone took it too far and just sort of sucker punched him in the side when he wasn't expecting it. So you can imagine he didn't get a chance to tense his muscles or anything like that. And it actually, it ruptured his spleen or something like that?
I believe,
ruptured something.
Yeah, his spleen or his liver, one of the two.
Yeah, so it ruptured something, and he passed away shortly
Yeah.
after that. But you might not get to choose if you're around to leave messages afterwards. Maybe some people go where they're gonna go, and some people, I don't think you necessarily get a choice on that.
Well, they say when this is just a theory, clearly nobody knows
Mm,
this, but they say when someone first passes away, they don't understand what they're capable
mm,
of yet.
right.
So, kind of like us, as a baby, we start to crawl and then we start to walk and then we run. Well, when
Mm,
you first pass away for a series of years, you're in that crawling stage, still trying to figure everything out.
right.
So, who knows? Maybe it wasn't enough.
Wouldn't that be wild if when you die you turn into a baby ghost, and that would sort of explain Casper,
Yeah, I mean, kind
and
of.
then you have to grow in the ghost world, and then you can finally take off?
Kinda. I mean, it's very possible. We don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, heck, none of us will know.
No. If I come back, there won't need to be a phrase because I'm gonna do so many pranks on people. It's gonna be obvious.
I
I will
told
knock everything off every shelf.
Nick, don't get my Stranger Things going on, man. Don't be messing my Stranger
I'm
Things.
gonna knock them off.
I got my buddy back there.
Oh yeah. I gotta watch the latest episode of that.
You do.
Oh, actually, I think we should do a little bit on Stranger Things because we were pumping it up for so many months before.
Man. But what if no
What
one's
did you
seen it?
think? Well, we won't give anything away.
We'll just talk about what we thought.
Yeah.
Um,
Thumbs
I
up or thumbs down? Let's start simple.
definitely thumbs up. I give it a thumbs
Heck
up.
yeah.
I give it a big time
Worth the
thumbs
wait?
up. No. Not yet.
Right.
Not yet. Because that was a
Yeah.
long wait.
Too long of a wait. Too long of a wait. Like, I don't know if it could redeem that, but
No.
so far, it's my favorite
Oh, yeah.
season.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
There's definitely some things I wish they would have changed.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest budget in FX ever, TV show or
Right.
movie, $480 million.
Isn't that wild? Is that for the season or?
Season 5. So the entire season.
Yeah.
But I'll tell
So
everyone
another-
this.
Oh.
You won't know it's worth $480 million until season 4 or episode 4.
Yep. Episode 4 is the highest rated episode of all Stranger Things
Oh yeah, wow.
seasons right now. And I read one poll, and I think these things are kind of subjective, that says that from viewer feedback, Stranger Things is now the most highly rated TV series of all time.
Oh wow. That's pretty
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they fumble it at the end, it could go down. So we'll see.
Well, I know it's not true. That part is definitely not true. I know that much.
What's that?
That it's the best of all time.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
No,
I like
know.
it a lot. But
I know for sure.
what's the best of all time? Is it MASH? People always say
Nick,
MASH.
that hurts my soul.
Oh, what is it?
X-Files, Nick. X-Files.
Oh, I did grow up on X-Files.
Yeah.
Later seasons kind of threw me though. They were getting too
Best
out there.
ever. Like best host ever. Robert Stack. These are things that cannot be
Okay,
comparable.
that's a fact. No one can host anything better than Robert Stack.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
and if you don't know who he is, what are you even doing?
Yeah, what are you doing with your
Like,
life?
This is like, it doesn't make sense that you'd be interested in the paranormal and not know who Robert Stack
Yeah,
is.
you gotta, it's like not knowing who Art Bell is.
Right.
Art Bell, Robert Stack, X-Files. Best show, best host, best radio personality of all time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for X-Files, it just goes to show that the public's not always right because it's highly rated, but it's not even close to the top according to regular audiences.
I'm not accepting that. No. We're not
You
accepting
got to
it.
start a campaign.
Yes. What says you, Vecna? X-Files, baby. That's what he's saying. Even he agrees.
I'm looking forward to what happens to that tentacly bastard.
Nick, you crack me up.
I've killed him.
You crack me up. The tentacle bastard. I don't know.
Right.
I'll be super curious to see how it all works. I have a couple of hopes, but well, we'll have to see. I don't know. I know that
I wasn't expecting The Thing. And I was super amped when The Thing happened.
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting that. Some people were probably, but not me.
I was not. I didn't of all the things I didn't, because the thing that happened right before that is what I thought the big reveal was, until that happened. And I said, oh, wait. Oh, that thing was not the big reveal. This thing is. I was like, oh man. So yeah, kind of wild. A little bit. For like 2 seconds, 2 seconds, I had a flashback of The Walking Dead, the Glenn season, when they,
oh God,
bam! And I was like, if this show does this,
so I also call that season the season where everyone stopped watching, pretty much,
yeah,
including me. But I thought they might do it, but then I read afterwards they said there's going to be some crazy stuff, but we're more like the X-Files than Game of Thrones, is what the guy said.
Well, that's smart.
So,
I think that's smart.
Yeah. You don't need to do that kind of stuff.
No, I don't think so. But who am I? I'm just a guy. I mean, think about it. They've done it in other movies that you wouldn't, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I mean, what did those poor guys do? The twins? Now there's no more twins.
Well, technically speaking, Bert, those were all witches, and they shall not be suffered to live.
Wow. All the witches out there that heard that, just acknowledge the fact that Bert did not say that.
I'm just saying it from a well-known book that I don't necessarily follow myself.
And unlike Zach Baggins, I got the ring. Gotta use a special ring in that haunted house over there.
But I mean, you could justify that they're like, witches are bad, so it's not as bad when someone perishes in Harry Potter.
I don't know about all that, Nick. I'm not subscribing.
They could just go live in a painting afterwards, can't they?
Curses are real. I'm not. Listen, witches. Your beef is not here. Okay.
I'll just remember if anyone like puts in a request for me to mail out a lock of hair or a fingernail clipping or something, I'm not going to do that.
I definitely would not do that, Nick, for sure. 100%. So I have kind of an interesting thing. I was watching some Joe Rogan like a week ago.
Okay. And
on the old Joe Rogan Experience, there was some guy that was on there and he started talking about some orb action.
See, this is a controversial topic for us, because we've sort of come around on that topic a little bit.
A little bit. I would say 10%.
10? Yeah, I think so.
I went from 2% to 12%. That's how I put it.
I would say I ended up 12 too, but I started at 0 or negative 5%.
Nick, well, I had an experience as a kid. Right. So my 2% was from even what I saw. So, but it was interesting because they talked about, for the record, 41 acknowledges that I believed what I saw. It's just everyone else is like a piece of dust or an insect or a light anomaly. Like it's never a ghost in any videos. I've never seen a video where I'm like, oh, that orb is legit. Except for maybe some of ours where I'm like, okay, that's a little weird.
Maybe it's different when it's your own.
Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. But he was talking about orbs, but a little bit different.
Okay.
And what he talked about was these people that was doing, almost like alien kind of deals. Like they were trying to figure out alien stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These creatures was coming to them in the form of orbs.
All right. Is this also a psychic kind of story somehow?
Yes and no. Basically, what they were saying was intelligence officials who investigated non-human intelligence, they were having these orbs reportedly interacting with their families, and it was causing medical issues. In some cases, was actually leading to physical harm.
Oh, that's not good. These are bad orbs.
Apparently so. So the filmmaker, Dan Farah, he explains that he didn't include these accounts in a film that he was creating in a film called A Bridge Too Far.
Okay.
So for anyone
A Bridge Too Far?
Yes.
Like that old war movie?
Oh, I don't know. I would assume not.
Oh, okay. I would guess not. We'll leave that on the table.
Yeah. Or wait. Is that what it is? Did he do that too? I don't know. I'm looking here.
I'm curious about it now.
Dan Farah is his name. He's a filmmaker.
How do you spell his last name?
Farah.
Oh, he's famous.
I don't know who he is. He was on the Joe
he made
Rogan
something
series.
called The Age of Disclosure.
That's a newer one out, right?
The phrase "a bridge too far" in relation to Dan Farah is a critical assessment of his 20. Oh, that's not so good.
What?
So he released the film The Age of Disclosure, and people were saying it was a bridge too far and that it didn't meet their expectations.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. No.
Huh. Well, anyway, he said he left that entire thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And what the concept he had was these non-human things that was being observed. They started acknowledging, kind of like, remember when we talked about Project 8200?
Yeah.
Where when they were doing the remote viewing, how these entities somehow acknowledge the fact of, oh no, they're acknowledging us. Now we're going to go acknowledge them.
Right.
Kind of the same thing.
That's an interesting link.
Yeah. So, and interestingly enough, some of these was Russian spies who had been spying, and they had some of these entities come. Now, supposedly, these orbs would come in, and then they would have bruises or like major skin trauma after they would leave.
Right.
But they
would
always
they hit them, or they just being in their presence?
They just described it as when it would make contact with them, it would be such a blunt trauma hit that's what would cause it. But it also mentioned orbs that are at the Skinwalker Ranch.
Another interesting place.
And they always mentioned them as softball-sized orbs that would fly around their homes, interact, and then disappear through walls.
Okay.
Now, do you remember my story about my orb?
Yeah. It did the same similar kind of.
I said it was probably like the size of like a grapefruit or maybe like a softball. So when I heard him acknowledge softball, I'm like, oh, wait, like I've legit never heard anybody ever say the same size.
Right.
Mine went through a plate glass window, went around the room, and then went right back through the glass window. Because we had these doors, and above the doors was this plate of glass. And it went right through the plate of glass.
This is sort of triggered a memory on me. We have something here on the East Coast called forerunners. Have you ever heard of these things?
I feel like you've mentioned this before, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, so they're like, they show up in a lot of ghost books, but it's like, it usually came in a couple different forms, but you'd see them before something bad happened to you. A lot of times it was you would die after you saw a forerunner or someone you knew would. And one of the forms they took is a baseball or I guess softball. They just said baseball back then, but a baseball size orb that would travel along roads, go into houses through their front doors,
Oh,
and go back out once they were seen. That's one of the forms. The other forms were that you might see yourself, a ghostly image of yourself
yeah, no, I'm good on that.
that would mimic what happened to you.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
Yeah, but that's another connection. People used to see these around here apparently quite frequently,
I wonder if it's
and
the
then
same
bad things
thing
would happen to them.
because this is kind of the same thought process, kind of.
Yeah. Well, also these things come to bring bad things to you
Yeah.
in the Forerunner stories too. So
Another interesting thing that they talked about with these orbs was they talked about the
Mhm.
UFOs themselves that they started acknowledging. And
right.
what their theories are is that these aliens are almost dropping these things off, kind of
Mhm.
like a gift, like a, hey, if you can figure this out, here you go. Like, we're not going to tell you how to do it, but if you can make this work, here you go. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is weird. That reminds me a little bit of the movie or the book by Carl Sagan called Contact, where they send us
Kinda.
instructions on how to build something
Yeah, very much
and
so.
they don't tell us what it is.
Another thing that they mentioned, which I thought was interesting, because we talk about it quite a bit, is why is the pictures always blurry?
Right.
And you and I have talked about that quite a bit. And their theory
Mm-hmm.
is they think that it might be a case where it's like a warp of space time.
Mm-hmm.
And the best example they gave is it's like taking a photo of a fish from above the water.
Interesting.
And he said, if you take a picture of a fish from above the water, it's always distorted.
Right.
But when you go through the water, it's always crystal
It's
clear.
clear. Yeah. That's a good explanation. I like that.
I liked it too. I'm like, I've never heard anybody ever say anything even remotely close to that before.
Yeah. That's smart. I never would have thought of that, I don't think.
I literally, when he said, I'm like, that could really be anything, right?
Ah,
Because we talk
yeah.
about ghosts too, right?
right.
If they're drifting from another parallel or like a warped time frame,
Mm-hmm.
even if we took a photo of it, it would be like that fish.
Yeah.
We have an example of it in everyday life. For anyone at home, take a picture of a fish from above the water and tell me if it's a
Right.
perfect picture. It never will be.
Yeah. No. I mean, this could also hold true for things like Bigfoot,
Oh, yeah.
Mothman,
Correct.
UFOs, ghosts,
If it's interdimensional.
anything that's extra. Yeah. Anything that's interdimensional.
Yeah.
Vecnas.
Doggone Vecna.
That 480 million was what it took to capture a clear picture of Vecna.
It is. Doggone Vecna. Speaking of some Vecna action, is it time to open some stuff up, Nick?
I think it is time to open some stuff.
I'm going to do another time.
Who was first this last time? I
I
went first last time.
Yeah, last time you went first.
I brought the old faithful.
I brought the old not faithful, the old raptor claw.
Raptor. Last time I opened this from the bottom and made a mess, so I'm not going to do that this time.
Did what my grandpa always told me. Never use the knife towards yourself.
I don't know if you can see it, but this scar here, I don't know if it's too bright to see, but you can kind of see it. That's what happens if you cut towards yourself.
Nick is like a lesson, really.
I'm a living lesson.
Let's see what we got here. We got
Oh. Is that the fish man?
this is
The creature from the Black Lagoon?
There you go. But he's sideways. Why is his head like
I've never seen
that?
a version of that. I don't know. He's looking at someone.
He really is, isn't it? It's crazy.
This doesn't feel familiar.
That's a good sign.
All right, let's see what we got. Huh. Oh. Let's see what the rarity of this is before I display it. Oh, well, no, hold on. Oh, 1 in 36.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lydia Dietz.
Oh, look at there.
Nice.
Lydia finally
This
made
one's a
her
little
appearance.
different. She's got her own stand and everything.
Look at that. It's because it's at 1 in 36.
Oh. I think it's because she's sort of floating in the air.
Oh, that is
because
what
she's
it is.
doing the shake, 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 Sonora. Or no. Is it the Banana Boat song?
I think it is.
I forget.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
1
the
in
last of the
36.
Beetlejuice you'll all be seeing.
Nick's like, we're done, boys. Did you figure out another one you're going to do, Nick?
It might have to be Five Nights at Freddy's until I get the next one, but that might bring younger crowds in. I don't know.
Do we want them little heathens over here, Nick?
Depends on if they bring their parents' credit cards.
Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed the podcast. If you did enjoy the podcast, please be sure to give it a thumbs up wherever you listen to your podcast.
Podcast.
Doggone podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, be sure to give it the old thumbs up. And don't be stingy. Tell a friend. And Nick gives the 2 thumbs up. Until we see y'all in the next podcast.
Up.
2 big old thumbs up, baby. Until we see y'all in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Thumbs up. Goodbye.